Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are exploring a fascinating first-hand look at the absolute bleeding edge of artificial intelligence. We're stepping right into the middle of the action, and we're doing it through an incredible source, a vlog shot by Marissa. She's a product designer and creative technologist who brought her camera along to Anthropic's very first Claude Code Conference. It is a wildly immersive look at how AI just isn't an abstract concept anymore. It's a living, breathing environment. We're going to unpack the key technical demos, the game-changing workflows, and some wildly creative side projects they showcased. Okay, let's dive into this. To really grasp the energy of this event, we have to look through Marissa's eyes. As a product designer, she captured the sheer scale and the buzz of the gathering right away. I mean, she literally described it as Coachella for designers and developers. It wasn't just some dry corporate tech summit. It was this massive, highly energetic festival celebrating the actual act of building. And honestly, it's a perfect lens for us because she really bridges the gap between raw code and human-centered design. Section 1. Welcome to Claudeshella. So the agenda for the day featured three main tracks: research, the Claude platform, and Claude Code. There was also this highly coveted opening keynote to catch all the newest feature announcements. But you know what was perhaps the most valuable opportunity? The prompting playbook sessions. Attendees could actually book 15-minute one-on-one time slots with the Anthropic team. You could bring your own specific, messy projects to the table and get direct personalized feedback. How cool is that?
But before any of those sessions even started, imagine walking into a massive venue where literally everyone already has their laptops open and running. It was just this ocean of illuminated screens and furious typing. Slightly terrifying, right? But what makes this perspective so brilliant is that it grounds a highly technical, kind of intimidating environment in deeply relatable human moments. I mean, before diving into complex neural networks, Marissa was stressing over whether to wear boots or loafers. She spilled avocado toast on her sleeve while getting ready. And, like any good conference attendee, she admitted to hoarding way too many event stickers, specifically the red ones. It's just a great reminder that behind all this world-changing technology are regular people spilling their breakfast and collecting swag.
Section 2. Supercharging daily design.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because these new tools are actively transforming the daily workflows of creative technologists right now. This is where the theoretical potential of AI meets the actual reality of getting work done, and the speed of iteration shown at the conference, it was simply staggering. The new design workflow is incredibly intuitive. You just draw around the elements you want to change, add them to the chat, and talk to it. You just say, "I don't like this," and the AI instantly iterates. It creates the seamless, conversational partnership between the designer and the machine.
The result? Attendees were generating entire design systems in just a few minutes, based entirely on conversational chat feedback. The big takeaway here for anyone in the creative or technical fields is profound. You no longer need to be a perfect coder to build great user interfaces. As was pointed out during the demo, it's amazing that you don't have to be technically good at it to make your designs significantly better. The barrier to entry has completely shifted.
Section 3. The era of managed agents. Now, a major conceptual shift introduced at the main stage keynotes was understanding what these managed agents actually do. The Anthropic team made a point of stating up front that they weren't there to just unveil some flashy new model. Instead, the entire focus was on a totally new era of workflows. So the crucial point is how they operate behind the scenes. A standout example from the keynote was the concept of detector agents. These are specialized AI agents whose sole job is to observe, put learnings directly into memory, and maintain balance while executing complex tasks. They operate with strict version control discipline. For instance, if an OI is acting as a support bot, a detector agent ensures that passing outputs always directly state the correct answer, drawing from multiple sources of information without getting weird or wrong. They basically act as guardrails. And why does this matter? Well, because of a massive 10x multiplier in productivity. The keynote highlighted that the true power of these managed agents isn't just about automation. It's about empowerment. They allow individual developers and small, agile teams to improve their deliverables and the quality of their work literally 10 times faster. You can now build massive, exponential applications without needing a massive team to do it.
Stepping off the main stage and onto the demo floor, the technical depth of the conference was almost overwhelming. If you walked the floor, there were core buzzwords dominating every single conversation: agents, evolves, memory systems, version control. People were actively demonstrating how to use Claude Code to add apps, or even turn the AI into a remote control for your TV. The atmosphere was just incredibly dense with technical innovation.
Section 4, Art School meets Hackathon.
But hey, it wasn't all dry code and enterprise workflows. Marissa's vlog perfectly captures the unique atmosphere of the event. She said it felt like an art school grid mixed with a hackathon. And that really hits the nail on the head. This is where we see the imaginative limits of the attendees pushed to the absolute max. On one side of the room, you've got people discussing strict version control, and on the other, people are building interactive, almost avant-garde art pieces. It was a beautiful collision of pure, unbridled creativity and hardcore software engineering. Take the Pitachi, for example. This was a quirky little side project showcased in one of the tents. It was described as feeling like a Game Boy for 5 quarters. But the coolest part? It was built using a physical typewriter and paper. It's this fascinating, tactile device that shows how developers aren't just stuck behind screens anymore. They are bringing AI out into the physical, tangible world in some incredibly imaginative ways.
And this brilliantly illustrates the instantaneous nature of what was happening on the floor. The real-time hologram. Attendees were coding an app that generated visual objects, like a bouncing claw or a little clock guy, in real time, and then those objects would physically appear as holograms inside a display box sitting right on the table. They were literally writing the code and watching it manifest into a physical floating object seconds later. No way, right?
Then there was Ray's project, Neo the Audio Bot. This was a physical pod utilizing the Google Real-Time API. The interaction was just incredible. You would type a sound, the AI would think about it, and within about 30 seconds, the physical pod would read out the generated code and change based on the sound you inputted. It's a perfect example of developers cross-pollinating different models and hardware to create entirely new, multisensory interactions.
Section 5, The Power of Building Together.
As the day wrapped up and Marissa sat down with some frozen yogurt to recharge her social battery and reflect, she noted a stark contrast. You know, we often think of software development as a solitary act, typing away alone in a dark room. But this event completely flipped that script. It highlighted the profound difference between building alone behind a screen and building together in real time. There is a magical, almost electrical energy that happens when you surround yourself with other people who are deeply passionate about making things. As she beautifully summarized, sometimes we forget how absolutely crucial it is to just be around other builders.
It's a really powerful reminder that while these AI tools are evolving at lightning speed, the human element, the collaboration, the shared excitement, the community is what truly drives innovation forward. So, as we wrap up this explainer on Anthropic's groundbreaking event, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. When was the last time you built something with others? Let that spark your own curiosity, go find your community, and start building. Thanks for joining me.